I'm lost in darkness, searching for light. Every step forward feels like a fight. Shadows of doubt creep in my mind, but I refuse to surrender. I must find a way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. The weight of the world crushes me down. Fear and uncertainty all around. But I dig deep, find inner strength and face the trials length by length. A way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. Through every storm, I'll find my way. Through every night, a brighter day. I'll rise from ashes, like a phoenix born. My spirit unbroken, my heart reborn. I've walked through fire and emerged scarred. Day to day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
What up, everybody? It's Jon Escudero, and I'm here with the Dershi Radio Full Gear Post-Show Rewind. Those sick-ass music shit that you just heard, I was going to call them tunes, but tunes is weird. Those sick tunes you just heard, that don't sound right coming from me. The music you just heard comes from Sasuke Creations. Lore of the Fighter, Rise was the song you heard during the wait period. Lore of the Fighter, Doubt is the song we have exclusive rights to use as our theme song. You can hear that right now in the background. That's really cool. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It's Jon Escudero. Once again, Johnny Dershi. I'm here alone this week, but that's cool. It's been a while since we've done this, you and I, on this intimate level. It was a fun show, AEW Full Gear. I don't know how you guys felt about it. I thought it wasn't perfect. It had some downs, some surprising downs, some downs that I was not expecting at all. But some really high, some really high heights. So we'll go ahead and we'll actually just get right into the main event. So what fucking chaotic, just chaos. So Jon Moxley defeats Orange Cassidy. It was a wild ass match, honestly. Rough, rugged. They had followed up. It had to be based on the build and based on the fact that the last match that they had at All Out was really rough and rugged and really it was really like a fight. It was a big place for Orange Cassidy's character too, and it's kind of crazy that we had to take so long for him to continue evolving. But like that's just the nature of pro wrestling. But this match again followed up on that. It was crazy. They had this wild little scratch spot here. The story of the match was that Orange Cassidy was resilient, but it wasn't enough. Willow Nightingale actually returned towards the end to try to even the odds for Orange Cassidy, and it gave us a hope spot that sucked me all the way the fuck in. Not a hope spot, a false finish. I honestly, all logic says Orange Cassidy wasn't going to win the match tonight, but I was like, ah. Of course, it wasn't enough, and Orange Cassidy does get beat by Jon Moxley. There was a fucking. I'm not sure we can show. Can we show these?
But right now,
that's fucking disgusting. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna take us right off fucking air. But I want to have fun, so we'll see what's up. Max says, "Poor Mina," and that's a sweet ass song talking about what played earlier. Thank you for joining me tonight, Mac, and thank everybody who's watching live again. I know it's usually a panel, but tonight it's just me. We're chilling. We're talking about AEW Full Gear. You guys know I love AEW, so if I have anything bad to say tonight, it comes from the heart because I love that shit. But yeah, the main event ends with Jon Moxley pinning Orange Cassidy. And then they tie him up and they pour chemicals down his throat, wrestling style. And so that takes him out, and he's unable to get involved in the chaos that was about to ensue. Hangman Adam Page comes out here, knocks Wheeler Yuta out, who was actually the person who got involved at the end of the match to cost Orange Cassidy ultimately a tragic ending, being cost a world title by his own student. But Yuta gets taken out by chair to the head from Hangman Page, who makes his intentions known. He wants Jon Moxley and the World Championship until Christian Cage brings his way out here, hits Moxley with the unprettier, and he's about to cash in, and Hangman is like, you know what? Not my business. Where he actually was hesitant, so it's not like he came out to do this to make Christian have the opportunity. It was Christian that was taking the opportunity from Hangman, and Hangman was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. I just want the title. I don't care about the guy. So Christian kicks out Moxley, and it looks like he's going to be world champion, and I'm like, holy shit, but Jay White gets involved. Jay White stops Christian from cashing in, becoming world champion. Moxley thinks he's safe. He's leaving the arena. They're about to get in their truck when fucking Darby Allin kamikazes his car into the Death Rider truck and completely takes out completely takes out the fucking truck, takes himself out. He's busted open. He's up. Moxley, I want you dead. He blurted out the fuck word on pay-per-view, which is always cool. Death Riders stole another vehicle because they don't play by the rules, and they got the fuck out of there, leaving the audience in fucking confusion. Other people thought it was overbooked. I saw a lot of that online. It's overbooked. It's overbooked. Sometimes I can agree that it was overbooked, but I don't agree that is a bad thing. One of the things I complained about on last week's episode of the Dynamite Recap was that I felt Jon Moxley's story was too populated by lower card guys. It was Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy and the conglomeration, but the conglomeration was also involved with the learning tree. So it's like you're literally involved with mid-card guys right now, except that tonight, even though this was overbooked, and yeah, I agree it was overbooked, I felt like there was a purpose here. I felt like we just infused the world title scene with several main eventers at the same time. Jon Moxley is now being hunted, which is a whole new layer to the story that they were telling all this time. I'm really interested in seeing how that's going to turn out. Because the world title scene went from Orange Cassidy and the gang to Jon Moxley, Hangman Page, Jay White, Christian, and that's fucking entirely. That's awesome. I can't wait to see what 2025 looks like for this Jon Moxley story. I just hope that they get the story aspect back together. I felt like the story of it was lost in translation somewhere, because I remember when the storyline first started, a lot of the buzz and speculation was like, who's running the gang from the shadows? What leader is it going to be? People thought it was Shane McMahon. People still think Shane McMahon is going to show up. And then all of a sudden that aspect kind of fell off of the story, and now Jon Moxley just, the world title means I run things, and they're just like causing chaos because they want AEW to wake up. Like, that's just a continuous story. There's no like endpoint there. Like the only trajectory I can see for this story right now is that Darby Allin finally puts an end to the chaos at some point, but I don't know that satisfies me on a story level. Like, I was a lot more interested in seeing where they can go with this. Not because I want it to be fucking sports entertainment and up. It is still AEW. I do want them to be AEW and still have their own flavor. But I felt like when this storyline first started, there was a lot of promise in the actual meat of the story aspect. So, as of tonight, Orange Cassidy has failed. I don't know where he goes from here, but I feel like he played his part. He was a day one AEW guy who might not have been in the best place on the card at the moment, but he was. I feel like he was. But he was a day one AEW guy who got the fire lit under him, and that was setting the tone for everything that Jon Moxley wants to do with the company. So I'm stoked to see what comes next on Dynamite. I was actually complaining that AEW pay-per-views were sometimes ending flat, and the last two pay-per-views have had like huge cliffhanger endings. So that's the hook that makes you want to watch Dynamite on Wednesday, and we do need more of that. So like I said, I know it's overbooked. I know a lot of people claim they were confused. I don't agree with the confusion. I think if you were confused, then you're fucking dumb. Or you were smoking weed, which I happen to do sometimes in a place where I can legally. And when I was writing the caption, I forgot that the Continental Classic tournament is for the fucking Continental Classic title. I was like, oh shit, this must be the damn tournament. But no, they're just setting up the world title picture. So I fixed that on the recap, but it was like up for 2 minutes, so people saw it, and whoops. But we had our boys from 3NT Wrestling in the building for Full Gear. They were there. They're at the scrum right now. Max says sometimes. Yes, Max, sometimes. I'm not some chronic marijuana user. No. So before the show started, AEW announced that Fight for the Fallen on New Year's Day will be the first AEW simulcast on Max. I'm excited to finally get this Max thing going. The only problem is one of the biggest things I was excited for Max was that they would have the pay-per-views up there. And according to the interviews, I don't think that's happening on day one. Like, I don't think all the content is dropping on Max on January 1st. I think we're just gonna get the simulcast, and later on in the year, Tony Khan implied there would be live pay-per-view capabilities. But now that question becomes, what's gonna be in the fucking library? There was like some murky wording, right? Is it the whole AEW library? Are we going to have access to pay-per-views in the past? Because that was another thing that I was looking forward to with AEW on Max. And the wording made it seem like it might just be Dynamite and Collision and Rampage possibly archived. But we'll see on January 1st. But yeah, AEW officially announced Fight for the Fallen. They also announced Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet versus Billy Starks versus Athena, a four-way match on ROH TV, which will determine who will qualify for the four-way match at Wrestle Dynasty. Four ways from four different promotions to determine who will be in the interpromotional four-way women's match at Wrestle Dynasty. Try to say that shit 8 times fast. Anyway, hey George, thank you for joining us. He says he thinks that and ROH in the library, in the HBO library would be cool. I agree with you. I wanted ROH to be part of the deal, but everything that they've said makes it seem like no, WB didn't want that shit. Tony Khan wants to sell it separately. He doesn't want to sell it as part of the AEW library. So he has that right, especially if people are actually talking to him about it, which he claims they are. We'll see. Excuse me while I take a sip of this. How are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, it's a lot of talking when there's nobody to bounce off of, but I have fun doing these. Really helps me get my thoughts across. But so let's talk about the pre-show. Let's get right into it. The pre-show. I should say let's talk about the fucking main event, because the main event of Full Gear happened on the pre-show. Damn it! Everybody was here to see the Rizzler. The Rizzler and Big Boom AJ. There was a lot of controversy. Like, not even controversy. This kid's fucking cute. This is incredible. This whole thing was just great wrestling. Like not like incredible wrestling match. This was just like a like a classic wrestling moment. A celebrity comes in, actually has a good match. Not like he didn't perform a good match. It was just like everybody was emotionally involved, and it was good wrestling. God damn it, it was good wrestling. Fuck you if you don't think so. He comes out. He can throw the best goddamn working punch in the entire company, probably in all of television right now. That shit snaps, bro. Early 2000s, Northeast indie wrestlers got the greatest working strengths. But yeah, Big Justice AJ. He comes out here with his son, and he had been wrestling on the New Jersey Indies for a long time before that Costco guy shit just happened in January. We're in November. They've been viral for a year. This is brand new, but he comes out here. He gets to live his dream in his hometown in front of 10,000 people. That is with his son, with his kid out there. That is heartwarming shit. And the kid's best friend, I think. I don't know. Sometimes you look at the kid, he looks like he hates the other one. I don't know. But what's up, Jesus? Mac is asking me what's in the cup. Not alcohol, because I don't usually drink home alone. Not really. I don't really do that a lot. I feel like there's a slippery slope down to screaming at my wife or kids. But yeah, AEW, get back to AEW Full Gear. Fucking the Rizzler is out here. He's every time the camera cuts to him, he does his shtick. He is working. He is killing his shit. He's going crazy. The crowd, the pop that the Rizzler got, possibly the largest of the night. My dude was over as fuck. Now, little large chubby boys, they don't have a large shelf life on like television as far as like being cute. So he's got to get all that shit out the way now. Like, make your money, Rizzler. I'm down. My boy came out there, Big Justice. Hits a spear, which I think I have footage of, but I'm not sure they're okay with me showing. I might show it anyway. Let's see if they let us get it. That's Mina Shirakawa. That's special. That's for me. I saved that for later. No, no, I don't have the clip. But Tony Khan on the Scrum says he wants to continue working with the Costco guy, and I completely understand why. I mean, leading up to this show, you had seen him cut promos. He's fucking saying the goddamn name of the arena, the time, the place, the channel, where you can find us. He is working, bro. He knows his shit. He has been waiting for an opportunity to be on wrestling television his entire life. He may be a celebrity, but he was working for that moment, and he took full advantage of it. And kudos to QT Marshall. Above all, QT Marshall comes in and bumps his ass off all around, all over. Fucking Costco guy was gassed 2 minutes in. I'm praising his technique and everything, but it's clear that he wasn't in ring shape. And it's understandable. It's been a long time. So I wasn't like blaming Costco guy, but it was clear that he was tired. And it's like, it was fucking fun though. Big Justice, the son, comes in, hits a spear on QT, who sells the damn shit out of it. Fucking AJ hits the power boom. Hits the power boom. And pins QT Marshall. And the fucking family celebrates in the ring. And god damn you, like, if you didn't enjoy this shit, if you genuinely watch this and like, oh, this is cringe, you need to get you need a hug. You need to learn emotion, bro. Like, you need to learn empathy. That was fucking heartwarming. That was probably my favorite moment of the damn night. It was so good. But yeah. So that was the pre-show. Then we get to the beginning of the show. We opened up with the AEW World Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way. It was Private Party versus the Acclaimed versus the Outrunners versus the House of Black. And this match kind of fell apart. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was very excited for this, actually. I like four-way clusterfucks. You know, like, I like when shit gets crazy in the ring and people are doing spots everywhere, but, you know, they don't die and they don't fall. They don't die a death. It was, unfortunately, a match that died a death pretty early on. There was some interesting plot developments. We got, like, the Acclaimed was infighting. They've been infighting for a little while now. It's a slow burn that I'm not sure I need. I don't need it slow burning. I would really like to get I'd really like to get going on this. You got to get out of that background, sweetie. I got my daughter in the background of the shop because I fucking green screen is like 5 years old. The damn rig collapsed. I'm no longer in my little pod. I'm open. But anyway, we had some plot developments from the Acclaim line. Like I said, they've been slow burning, but I don't know if I need it slow burning. I think I can use this match burning a little faster. That breakup burning a little faster. Jesus says that Max Caster and Bowen stuff was an L. George agrees. It did. The match died to death. So the Private Party, they retain their tag titles, and that is that. Unfortunately, not a good start for their reign. So one more thing, 10,000 people I mentioned. And thanks to Glenn Davidson, my good Facebook friend, for this photo. 10,000 people in attendance at Full Gear tonight. Great attendance for them. So next match, we had MJF versus Roderick Strong. And I would say this was a great worked match, but the crowd wasn't like... So they weren't into the concept of the match, right? Like, I don't think they were excited for MJF versus Roderick Strong off the bat. Like, now they're both such good workers that they got the crowd into it as the match went along. But when they were like dying to like get some, you build up your momentum, and then you can rest, and the crowd still has energy from the momentum that you built. But because the crowd wasn't into the idea of the match, they were only excited when they were moving. So, like, anytime they would slow down, the crowd was like, eh. And so, the match ends with MJF, oops, that's Big Justice. MJF, they look alike. MJF gets the victory. After the match, MJF Pillmanizes Roderick Strong's forearm with a chair. And then Adam Cole and the Kingdom and Kyle O'Reilly run out. What the fuck? They were like 30 seconds too late. They were like 2 whole minutes late. It's insane. But yeah, they run out there much too late. And Kyle O'Reilly has had enough of his friends getting hurt because of Adam Cole's bullshit war with MJF. He shoves Adam Cole down to the ground. Adam Cole's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, did you not hear what he told you on Wednesday? Your actions are getting people hurt around you. Roderick Strong loves Adam Cole so much that he ran head first into this war with MJF for him. And Adam Cole couldn't even hold up his end of the deal. He couldn't even make it into the pay-per-view to fight alongside Roderick Strong so that they can both beat MJF up. And so now Roderick Strong has a broken fucking arm, and now Roderick Strong probably won't be able to compete in the Continental Classic, and that's Adam Cole's fault. 100%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Kyle O'Reilly is 100% in the right for what he did after this match. I have no real problems with that. So we followed this up with probably the match of the night up to this point. Mercedes Moné versus Kris Statlander for the AEW TBS Women's Championship. This might be Mercedes Moné's best match in AEW so far. I'm not sure if I like the Willow match more than this, but I know that this match, the Willow match, and probably the Stephanie Vaquer match might be Mercedes' best outings in AEW so far. But this Kris Statlander match was phenomenal. I made a post on social media where I was like, you'll never get me not to like Mercedes Moné. Like, you'll never be able to make me hate Mercedes Moné. I can criticize sometimes because I'm a fucking internet wrestling nerd, and I gotta I'm laughing at this comment here from this person whose name I don't even know. He says, who's worse, Escudero or Meltzer? Do you know how fucking honored I am that you put me in the same sentence with Dave fucking Meltzer? That dude's my inspiration. The reason this thing exists. Anyway, thank you. And Max says MJF's hair job isn't for him. Bro, as a bald man, I can't hate on MJF getting his hair back. What do you want? Like, I can never hate on a man going through that. I would not personally, because I don't have the money, and because I think going through all the trouble with doing that, you can just be bald. I like being bald. I'm very fucking, I look really nice. I have a round head. Anyway, I don't blame him for doing it though. But getting back to it, Mercedes, George agrees this might be Mercedes' best match, hands down. I fucking thought this was outstanding. I think you noticed like 1 minute in. I'm trying to find. I have a clip here, and I have to get real close to see them. But right when we got into it, once you saw Kris Statlander taking bumps like that, you were like, "Wait a minute, what is this match about to be?"
As Mercedes for Meteora again. Oh my God.
That's fucking, this match was fucking outstanding, bro. They were grappling. Anyway, I did have an issue with the finish. I was like, fuck, we didn't lose all the momentum, but we did lose some momentum. And I joked that it was because fucking Mercedes got flustered by getting Kris Statlander all up in her face like that. Like, but anyway, excellent match. The finish left a little bit to be desired, and it is what it is. You can't really blame them for that. It is what it is. Shit happens. It's pro wrestling. They did the best that they could. It was incredible though. Excellent match. Cinematic shit. We followed that up with Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White. Now I want to take a second to look at the way they shot his entrance. Holy shit, this is beautiful. We do have some comments. George says that the Mercedes Moné match with Kris Statlander is up there with her matches with Charlotte. I can't disagree with that. And I don't think that it's going to get that kind of praise from a lot of people, but you and me, we know, George. I same level. But yeah, getting to this Hangman Adam Page match. First things first, I wanted to talk about the way they shot this entrance. AEW is totally going to get my stream taken down, but let's look.
From Aaron's Creek, Virginia, weighing 229 pounds, Hangman Adam Page.
Well, I think fire is apropos for Hangman Adam Page, because here's a man who's been basically guided by rage.
That shit is fucking gorgeous, dog. Main character of AEW. So when he showed up at the end of the show, I was just like, what's the stance that he's taking against Jon Moxley right now? I don't know that it was about the World Championship. He was willing to let Christian take that. I want nothing to do with this here. Take that. I wonder if Hangman is starting to feel territorial. Even as a heel, you kind of start to feel like, as like a heel cowboy, like, partner, this is my territory. And you're going to have to get out of it, or I'm going to have to take you out of it. And seeing that kind of dynamic between Hangman and Jon Moxley right now would be fantastic. But we'll get back into this Jay White match. Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page. They did a really technical match with a lot of counters. Counter after counter after counter after counter. Jay White pins Hangman. Surprised me because of I guess the positions on the card in the company. I didn't really expect Jay White to get the win like that. But he does. And in hindsight, it's the right move. Hangman is not hurt by this loss at all. Jay White has the perception of, oh, he didn't do enough when he signed with AEW. Maybe he should have went with WWE. Well, now he's pinned multiple world champions and he's directly inserted into the world title picture. So, boom. Hangman puts Jay White over twice now, and he's obsessed still. He goes after Jay White. He's pissed that he lost. But again, we had the follow-up plot moment at the end of the night where he's got a new objective in mind. But Jay White is still involved in the new objective. So it's like, like they'll cross paths again. I suspect that there'll be a Texas death match between Jay White and Hangman Page at some point soon. He actually attacked Chris Daniels post this match. So I think that's going to write him out of the Continental Classic. Story-wise, he should get some kind of punishment, some kind of suspension or something. And we know Hangman has time off written into his contract to be a father. It's like, what are you going to be like? No, Hangman, put your fucking kid down. Get back over here and get more CTE for us. Skip the C2. Cost Jay White the C2 at the end or something. And then we build to the Texas Death Match at the Fight for the Fallen simulcast on Max. That would be the perfect way to book this. And Hangman can finally get his win because the Texas Death Match is one. It's his specialty. It's his AEW match. 2, Jay White has already pinned Hangman in clean wrestling matches. So it's been established that he's better than Hangman in the ring. So if Hangman has to go to this place to be able to beat him in a Texas Death Match, then it don't take away from Jay White's victories over Hangman. And it's also, you can get all sorts of shenanigans because it's no disqualification. But moving on, I guess, from that, I thought that was an excellent match. I had a lot of fun with it. Some of my friends that I have in group chats thought like it might have been a little slower pace for them. I didn't agree with that at all. I had a really fun time with this. George says that he thinks Hangman is going to stand for AEW and go to war with Moxley and them, and that'll bring back the real Young Bucks. I don't think that Hangman has lost the Young Bucks yet, so I think that's possible. I know that there was like some friction when he was like, I just want my fucking match with Swerve, and they haven't really talked since then, but I can see it. I know that some people are going to hate it, but I wouldn't be mad if the original Elite got back together to defend AEW. I mean, like, there's some inconsistency in, I guess, the idea that the Young Bucks tried to take over AEW and that storyline kind of poofed away. But you know what? If the original Elite gets back together to fight these guys, I would be okay with that. Like, I miss the damn Kansas theme, and I miss seeing the gang, man. I miss it. Carry on my wayward son. All right, that's enough. Anyway, that's my fantasy, but I don't know that it's going to be what happens. So we followed that up with Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. Oh, God. Match of the night for me, because I like this type of wrestling. And I always think, I know it's ironic that I really enjoy this kind of wrestling when my favorite period in professional wrestling history is 1990s, late 1980s All Japan Pro Wrestling. And that is the opposite side of the spectrum of a kind of match that you see between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. Even though they ape some new All Japan moves from that era, like the Tiger Driver or the Kawada Bomb. It's also the opposite side of the spectrum, but I love it. I love it so fucking much. God damn it. I love it. Anyway, Kyle Fletcher dumps Will Ospreay onto his head over and over and over and over. Fucking Kawada Bomb. Fucking Brainbuster on the outside. He does a tombstone from the apron onto steel stairs. I have a clip, obviously. I don't know if they're gonna be mad about it again. If I get cut off or if anything happens, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. But let's see. I have a clip here. Oh no, that's all Mercedes stuff. I guess it didn't get uploaded. That makes me sad. That's me getting slapped for not being able to upload the fucking clips. So yeah. I can actually share maybe this screen of this Facebook. Let's see. Bow. And then we do this. And we can show you guys a tiny little box clip here. Fuck, that's loud. Yeah, I just thought this finished. This sell from Ospreay right here. Right in this little box right here. Watch how he sells it like he thought, like he died.
The turnbuckle.
He fucking falls down. He falls down like a tree. Like, okay, maybe I can get a closer look at it. If I change the screen, there we go.
The turnbuckle.
There it is. Fucking tree stuff. Dead tree cell. Excellent stuff. Ospreay putting over his boy. And it's not just like that. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, it's just gonna put over his boy. Ospreay's been putting a lot of fucking people over in AEW. I dare you to say different. I dare you to say different. How do I get this goddamn window out of the way? There we go. Get out of here. It's my time. Anyway, Ospreay put over Swerve. Ospreay, I don't have the list in front of me, but he's taken enough losses for me to be like, okay, it's okay. He just fucking put over Takeshita. But yeah, Ospreay and fucking Kyle Fletcher, man. Excellent wrestling. Go out of your way to check that out. I don't know what they're going to do with Kyle Fletcher after this, though. I suspect that they have plans for him. He's been in the ring with Bryan, Kenny, Ospreay, Okada. They have had big plans for Kyle Fletcher. I don't know what he did to get this kind of favor, to get this kind of blessing shined upon him. Maybe it was Will Ospreay putting a good word, but I mean, he's come up to the plate and hit a home run every single time they gave him the opportunity. He's never underperformed when put into the spot that they want him to be. So if this is going to be the beginning of his real like run, I'm so fucking okay with this. Can I just show this clip? Like, this is incredible shit, man. I'm sorry, AEW. Like, I'm putting your show over so fucking hard. Please don't get mad. like, bro, let's just look at this for a second. Look at this sequence. Quash, dodge, fucking reverse, fucking awesome. I love this shit. He's selling it. He's hurt. Don't give me that bullshit. He's hurt. Oh, he's not selling. He's selling. Boom. That's fighting spirit, motherfucker. Look at that shit. No, he's not selling. Yes, he is. He almost died, but he's got enough energy to just hit one more strike. Just one, because this might be it. Regardless of his pain. And now they're both dead. This was fucking awesome. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. I don't want to hear complaints. I could watch these kind of matches for the rest of my life. I love today's style of wrestling as much as I love 30 years ago style of wrestling. This was awesome. In any other year, this would have been a match of the year candidate. Unfortunately, this is a year where Will Ospreay had matches with Takeshita and Bryan Danielson. And Bryan Danielson had the moment of a fucking lifetime with Swerve Strickland. And all those other things happened. And Cody Rhodes fucking fought Roman Reigns and made everybody cream themselves with emotion. So it's this is a match of the year candidate in this year or any other fucking year in professional wrestling history. But damn. Yeah, George is with me, man. George is right there with me. This is fucking incredible. This is awesome. I don't know what else to say about it other than this was awesome over and over and over and over again because it just was. But yeah, so looking forward for Kyle Fletcher. He should be in immediate contention for something that he can win. I don't know that exists right now. So maybe we should just put him in something that he can win. Whatever fucking situation we put him in next, which I imagine will still have to do with Will Ospreay, even though he beat him pretty clean here. I don't know what we do with Kyle Fletcher from here moving forward, and that scares me because I'm like, I hope that they know they're the professionals, so they get paid to do it. I just look at what they build and talk about it. You know, I don't build the house, I paint the house, right? So hopefully they build a nice house for Kyle Fletcher. I'm gonna be right there watching. I'm excited. So we follow this match up with, excuse me, as I look at my match card, which is actually just my recap on Facebook. Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa's AEW Women's Championship celebration. Wow. So this was a segment on a show. This was a segment on a pay-per-view, and I'm not usually a fan of that. I am never a fan of that, but it is what it is, and it was what it was. So Mariah May, or Mina Shirakawa comes out first, and she introduces Mariah May as the love of her life. She is so happy to celebrate the Women's Championship with her. Mariah May comes out. She's frazzled. She's freaking the fuck out. Or she's got a black eye. She's shaking when she drinks the campaign. She's not acting normal, but Mina doesn't notice. Mina's just happy to be with her friend. They take a drink. They do the wrap around. George brings up a good one. Kyle Fletcher could win the ROH World Championship. Absolutely. Boom. He could take that shit from Chris Jericho. Or from the babyface that takes it from Chris Jericho, right? I'd be down with that. You're absolutely on point. Jesus says MVP is trolling people at the scrum. Mac brings up the super kick spot between Dragunov and people hate on it. People hate on what they hate on. But getting back to this Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May story, I thought that Mina was going to have eyes on the AEW World Championship, and that was going to be what breaks them up. And now looking back, like, that's so generic and just run-of-the-mill pro wrestling. I prefer what they did here much more. Mariah May tricks Mina into celebrating and dancing, and Mina turns around and she's dancing and she's hitting her normal entrance dance because Mariah knows the move. She should have to teach her. Mariah's behind her. She grabs a fucking champagne bottle and she's gonna bust this bitch over the head. She's gonna bust Mina Shirakawa over the head with a bottle. Her fucking lover, the love of her life. She's gonna bust her over the head with the fucking bottle because of her instincts to turn on women who can possibly be a threat to her world championship. Mina dodges that shit. Ultra instinct Mina. Whoosh! I heard the fucking trumpets. Wing, 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 wing. It was fucking great. She dodges, kicks the glass bottle and shatters it out of Mariah's hand. The fucking coolest shit. And then we get this moment.
Mariah May, I mean, she can't help.
Fucking. Fuck yeah! Crashed out. Hits that first table. Doesn't budge. She's like hitting concrete. And at some point, I don't know if this was a work or not. And, I like that. I don't need to figure it out. It's fine. I think my instincts say that it was because it's like meant to mirror when Mariah May kissed Tony Storm on the forehead with the blood. And then this is a reverse. Mariah May hurt Mina, but it wasn't enough. Mina kissed Mariah with the blood and smeared it all over her forehead. And it was heartbreaking if you were a fan of Mariah and Mina. But honestly, this is really fucking cool if you're a fan of Mariah and Mina. I was watching Mina and Mariah in Stardom, and I don't know that I ever thought that their partnership would be able to arc all the way to a world championship match in America. That's not always possible. That doesn't always happen. But thanks to the way that AEW works, we were able to have this moment, and we're going to be able to have this match, I assume, on what's the next big show? Fight for the Fallen? I don't think that's good enough, but I guess it is a big event. The mother of all simulcasts, allegedly. So, we'll see. Jesus shared a clip with me here, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. MVP trolling the media scrum. Let's check this out real fast.
Yeah. Aria from F4WOnline.com. A few years
From
ago,
what?
From F4W Online.
What is that?
It's a wrestling news website.
The Wrestling Observer newsletter.
No, we don't entertain any questions from that nerd. Next question.
That's dirty. They've been doing a lot of playing around at this scrum tonight. Mercedes did that too with another guy. She completely blew him off. It's an opportunity to take out your steam on. Oh, that's right. We got World's End. Jesus said we got World's End at the end of the night. At the end of the fucking year. Anyway, they've been taking out their little stress on the IWC there at these scrums. And you know what? Understandable. I would take the opportunity to. Why not, right? You can be a heel. You can be a dick to the journalists that you hate to their face. Basketball players don't get to do that without getting fined $100 million or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can just go out there and be a heel and be like, I don't want to answer his questions. Fuck that guy in the back. He looks like a fan. Fuck that guy. And just legit don't answer his question and leave him there in real life. That's fucking based. That's incredible. I'm jealous. I've never gotten to get that kind of stress release in my life. And I never will. Kudos on MGV. And I just praise Dave Meltzer too. I don't give a fuck. That was funny as fuck. But yeah, man. So we followed that up with Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia for the AEW TBS or TNT, excuse me, championship. Look at Jack Perry, man. All right. I'm gonna say it. I'm a fan of Jack Perry, right? I'm a fan ever since Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy was over as fuck. I was a fan of the Jack Perry heel turn after he went to Japan and came back, and they used the CM Punk thing as a catalyst. All that shit was fine to me. I don't think that they were able to get the most out of this, what they did with his TBS title run. I think his TBS title run was ultimately pretty uneventful and not pointless, because he had to get to that point. But there was no meat to that. And then we lost Luchasaurus, and it kind of seemed like they were headed towards that. And I think that might have been a big deal, losing Luchasaurus the way we lost Luchasaurus. A big blow to Jack Perry and whatever they were going to do with him, which made it okay to just slide the title over to Daniel Garcia the way that they did tonight. So Jack Perry does drop the TBS championship, the TNT championship. Such a cool TNT championship belt variant too. And we just lost it. It's all gone. And it's gone for good. It's okay. It's just a shame that this didn't work out the way I think things would have worked out. He said, Max says he can't stand Daniel Garcia. That's too fucking bad. New York in the motherfucking house. Daniel Garcia, new AEW TNT champion. Oh, let's go. I'm so happy he got his moment, man. This dude literally chose AEW over WWE out of loyalty. Out of loyalty to AEW, like as a brand, as a company. That's so cool to see. And hopefully they repay him, and this is the beginning of that. Restore the feeling. He put the AEW flag on his back on the way out. Literally, the actual AEW flag, put it on his back as he walked out champion. We weren't able to get a long celebration, the celebration that I feel like he deserves. So I hope on Dynamite they do a segment where he gets fucking pyro and all that good shit. But we didn't get it tonight. But I'm really happy for him, man. He got to celebrate with the crowd. And he is TNT champion. And I hope that this goes better than the Jack Perry reign. That's the best I can say for that. I really hope it goes better than the Jack Perry reign. They deserve better. There's probably the spot of the night right here.
Turn fire big time. Here we go. Just go, give it to him. He's doing it.
All Jack Perry haters have a fucking video clip they can use for the rest of their life. It's incredible. Doris says, Bills Mafia. Buffalo Bills, that's right. Jesus says Daniel Garcia will be in the Continental Classic next. He announced on the scrum. So this year he has to get mad wins. Last year he did the whole thing where he lost. This year he's going in as a fucking champion. So let's do this. He wins the match in his red death gear with the Dragon Tamer Sleeper, kind of implying like I'm going back to real shit, but he always keeps the fist up. That's his deal. That's a gimmick. That works. That's his money. I had a fun time, man. I had a real fun time with the end of that match, just the celebration for Daniel Garcia, like just being happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we follow that up with, excuse me, as I pull up my little card here. Oh no! All right, I'm gonna be. I don't want to be mean. People are gonna say I'm being mean. I'm not being mean. I fucking swear. Ricochet, Takeshita. I love Ricochet and Takeshita. Can we even get a little screen up? We'll get a little bubble up for them. This match disappointed me. I believe it was a mistake to do a match where they worked like a methodical pace and they worked body parts, and it was like, it wasn't bad wrestling, right? That's what the fucking old people want. You know what it is? Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher already had bomb after bomb, like type match
from the top, and now Takeshita poised,
explosive wrestling, and I think that they wanted to have something different, so they worked a different style. And ultimately, that's not what I want to see from Takeshita and Ricochet. I was hoping for I was hoping to get two of those kind of matches tonight. Like, what the fuck? So what? You know, like, so fucking what if we had one already? Like, anyway, I was disappointed by this. Not really Logan James, thank you for joining us. He says the show 7 out of 10 and his best moments in Chicago and Ryman. Hey, I think I can agree with that. 7.5 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I wouldn't disagree with that. Jesus says on the scrum, Tony Khan called Bryan Danielson probably his best friend in the entire world. That actually does touch my heart, because that means Bryan will be intricately involved in the company in different ways. So, but yes, as Mac brings up, Bryan Danielson is dead. So yeah, I miss him as well. So yeah, we followed that up with Takeshita defeats Ricochet, first of all, to retain the title. Ricochet's first pinfall, first pin in AEW. His first time putting his shoulders on the mat and getting pinned, and a dude talking about how he got fucking buried. I'm fucking crying. There's a dude right in this comment section right here talking about how this is the beginning of the end. So yeah. Yeah, I got my daughter. She's screaming now. Who knows what she's mad at? Thankfully, they have a second parent who can take care of them. We got Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland. That was our semi-main event tonight. In the last match, we'll be talking about. Boy! They was killing each other, man. It was great. Swerve took a lot of the heat. He got his ass beat a lot. But when it was time for him to show out, he showed out. That's awesome shit right there. Swerve stomped to Bobby Lashley through a table. Bobby Lashley, we hurt people. We hurt people. That shit was over as fuck in the building tonight. We hurt people. These clips are loud, but I don't hear them at all. So I'm sorry to you guys. I guess. We hurt people. It's all muted too. The fuck are you talking about out there? Anyway, Bobby Lashley gets his first major victory, his second victory in the company. He put a former world champion to sleep on his first AEW pay-per-view match. Donnie Patty's got a good point as well. He's glad it wasn't a Brock one-sided Cena match, because that I would have understood the urge to do that too. With Lashley, you just got Lashley like that. It's fucking excited. I'd be excited too. We just got Bobby Lashley. We want to put him over as a world champion immediately. Like, I get it, but Swerve is Swerve, and he's got to be able to put up a fight. And he did put up a big fight, and he stunned Bobby Lashley. He made Bobby Lashley, look like he might actually lose for a second. So, good shit. We hurt people. That's right. That fucking Hurt Syndicate theme is fire. Max says cheeseburger isn't a victory. I say fuck you, Mac. Victory over a 20-year veteran like a cheeseburger who has been in the Tokyo Dome. You think I give a fuck? You think cheeseburgers wrestled in the Tokyo Dome? a lot of people's favorite wrestlers have never wrestled in the Tokyo Dome. Cheeseburger 1, those guys 0. But yeah, Bobby Lashley, world champion soon. That's really interesting. I got a fucking chat going off crazy there. But man, that was AEW Full Gear, but that's not the end of the show. No. There's a couple of things that we like to do here. And tonight, I'm going to give you guys first. Actually, before I get into that, I would like to remind you all that Dirt Sheet Radio is live every single day. Almost. We're live on Monday after Raw. I mean, I'm not going to run through the graphics. We're live every single day. Come join us. It's a fun time. I mean, I'm always there. I'm always there. I'm not always on screen, but I'm always there. I'm in the back. I'm on the ones and twos and all that shit. You could request me in the comments. I might pop up and be like, hey, I'll answer your question or whatever. But we're always live, bro. It's a fun fucking time. Join us. So I wanted to talk to you guys about Jobber of the Night. That's the thing we do here. Jobber of the Night. There's a way I could go here, but I think based on my own personal feelings, not saying that he was the worst, this was the worst performance of the night or anything, but I was so disappointed in the Ricochet and Takeshita match. Oh man, that's gotta be my Jobber of the Night right now. Just that match. It's never Takeshita. Takeshita is my actual favorite wrestler in AEW right now. Full bore. Especially now that Bryan Danielson's gone. Takeshita is my number one guy. Fucking swag. This motherfucker comes out here dressed like a goddamn Dragon Ball character. Got dressed like a motherfucker in a Yakuza game. He's stupid sexy. I never seen a Japanese man with that much aura. I never seen any type of nationality man with the aura that Takeshita blows off. Like a fucking Saiyan. This dude's got aura. Never calling Takeshita the Jobber of the Night, so don't get it twisted. Maybe the Jobber of the Night is me for my disappointment in that match. But I am disappointed. You know we're friends, Mac. I love you. Yeah, George agrees. Takeshita is literally the guy. So, that's Jobber of the Night, but that brings us to our much more positive Megastar of the Night segment. Wow, this was actually much harder. There was so much good going on. But you know what? It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be Kyle Fletcher, man. Kyle Fletcher, opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, knocks it out the fucking park every single time. Tonight was no different. Tony Khan, if you fuck this up, I cannot defend you here. You have teed this up perfectly, right? Now you have to follow through. What are we doing with Kyle Fletcher now? He was already ROH TV champion. Maybe it's time for the ROH World Championship. Something. Belt this motherfucker up and get him a crown that fits. Holy shit. He had this crown on his head here that you see in his picture, and when they took it off, his head was a size smaller. His cranium... His fucking cranium shrunk. No, but he had an indentation on his head because the damn crown didn't fit. Whew, good shit, man. Good shit tonight, Kyle Fletcher. But it could have been anybody. It could have been a number of people. It could have been Kyle Fletcher. It could have been Orange Cassidy. It could have been... Actually, you know what? I'm going to give a second Megastar of the Night because I'm alone and because we usually have 4 Megastars of the night. I'm going to give you guys 4 Megastars of the night. I gave you 1. Now let me give you the other 3 all at once. We're bringing the fucking boom. That's right. Big AJ, Big Justice, the Rizzler. Fucking Megastars of the night. How can they not be? Look at them. Look at what they did tonight. Look at what they pulled off. Excellent shit there, man. I had a fun time. We're bringing a boom. God, George's again. Mercedes Moné, Kris Statlander, fucking Roderick Strong with MJF. So many people who could be Megastars of the night. But Donnie Patty, big things coming for Kyle Fletcher, and he didn't think much of him a year ago. I don't think many people did. Honestly, right now, I don't want to say nothing scandalous. Kyle Fletcher is what they wanted, is everything they wanted Dante Martin to be. And it's weird because I didn't want that for Dante Martin when he was getting that push back then, when his brother got injured and they gave him a little push against the larger wrestlers. I don't know what the fuck they were going to do with that. I thought like he could have been like a really good mid-card singles guy. Like he could have been TNT champion 2 times over by now, but they didn't. Kyle Fletcher had almost the same situation. Almost. He's lost his tag partner, and so they doubled down on him instead of taking him off of TV, which is like really fucking cool for a wrestling company to do. They don't have to do that. Your act is gone. You can also be gone. So, yeah, Kyle Fletcher, a year ago, many people didn't think much of him. Now, we're all fucking excited to see him become world champion. Max says he beat Will Ospreay, then he goes home to Sky Blue. This man is winning at life. Sky Blue is a lucky charm, man. She is. When she was with Dante Martin, that motherfucker got the push of a lifetime on TV. She's with Kyle Fletcher. That motherfucker is about to be like a big deal. Marry that woman, Kyle. Why would you not marry a lucky charm? She'll be lucky for you for the rest of your life. Marry Sky Blue. But yeah, man. Listen, this was awesome. This was awesome. Now we get to do this. I hit my theme music. And then we run down the shows because I don't want you to be. This isn't done. Like, I have a lot of fun doing this with you guys. If you have fun doing this with me alone, maybe I'll take over the AEW pay-per-views. Maybe this will be what we do from now on. You guys like this? Maybe this will be us. Maybe this will be our thing. But until then, until World's End, until Fight for the Fallen, let's talk about where else you can see me. We got WWE Raw post-show on Mondays. On Tuesdays, NXT Rewind. On Wednesdays, the AEW Dynamite post-show rewind. On Thursdays, we got the Impact Rewind. On Fridays, WWE SmackDown post-show rewind. On Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes we have pay-per-views, but usually we have Tyler and CJ doing their wrestling weekend roundup, which used to be the NXT Level Up Adventure, but then NXT Level Up got canceled. And we also have the boys 3NT Wrestling. They're at the AEW post-show scrum right now. Sitting in front of Tony Khan right now. As we speak. As you and I speak, they're speaking to Tony fucking Khan. Those are the guys. 3NT Wrestling. Every single Sunday with us, man. Hey, in the comment section. Hey, Rian. He says let Garcia keep the TNT title and then let Fletcher take it off him. I agree with that. Donnie Patty, Mrs. Sky Blue, and I'm going to miss all of y'all, man. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining us every week. Thank you for supporting Dershi Radio. If you don't already, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on X, Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Official Dershi Radio has been scrolling on the bottom of the screen all night. Man, I'm not ready to let go. I had so much fun with y'all. It's only been an hour. But thank you for joining us.